back to part 5 with Time with Tucker. Now, we just went through identifying the strategy and the plot of the left, the Democrats, Chameleon Harris, Joe Biden, and their use of identity politics. And that last, I guess, episode we were looking at had Kamala Harris try to use identity politics as a shield when she was questioned about the left's attack on President Trump's Supreme Court nominee's religion. Now, this is where I get mad. When the politicians on the left, who all of their policies are anti-Bible, goes against Christianity, they fight for every person to be able to shove whatever ideas, behaviors, thoughts straight down the throat of anybody's conscience when it comes down to Christianity. But when they need it, then they pull it out and get spiritual. Nasty Nancy talking about, and I'm offended that you would say I hate the president. I don't hate the president. I pray for the president every day. And I'm going, you do? That's news to us. Are you praying for him or against him? Beelzebub, I want you to curse that orange man. Take his life early so we can get back in power and I can enjoy my liquor uninterrupted. See, so that's when they start getting real spiritual and deep, when they need to use this whole ideal of Christianity to identify with the Christians across America. For some reason, they can't discern that they're just saying that.
Oh, come on. A person of faith now? How? What exactly does Kamala Harris worship apart from power? Honestly, we'd like to know. If you know, tell us. She seems like the most secular candidate ever to run for national office. That's not an attack on her, by the way. Plenty of decent secular people. But it's true. Not that truth matters in this case. For the purposes of last night's debate, Kamala Harris identified as a person of faith, and that's all that matters. The progressive left understands race and gender and, yes, religious faith as means to an end. They're identities. They don't have independent meanings. They are tools used to win arguments and achieve power. Kamala Harris cycled through various identities last night. I'm speaking, she barked again and again when Mike Pence tried to respond to her. In other words, I'm a woman. That's why you're interrupting me.
I mean, when is the last time you heard Kamala Harris lead in with anything dealing with Christianity? Never. That woman is so see-through when it comes down to her corruption, her desire for power, all of that, her nastiness, just the way she went after Brett Kavanaugh. Let me know that this woman has no conscience. Her conscience is simply get power. That's what the conscience is saying. Whenever she calls up that conscience to check in on what to do, they send the same message, get power. All right, y'all. Before I do this to Brett Kavanaugh, maybe I should check in because he do have a family and he got kids and stuff. And I know this is a lie. Should I go in and start accusing this man of being a rapist and a sexual assaulter? What do you think, conscience? Absolutely. You know why? Get power. And that's what she does. But now she's going to try to hoodwink all of us to make us think somehow right after she gets off that stage, she goes into sackcloth and ashes. Now, what burns me up about that is I'm not judging, her. The bottom line is your faith is your faith. But we're not the ones always attacking folks based on their religion. So the same folks that attack Christians as if, your religion completely is separated from your policies or politics. No, that's not the case all the time, except for when you are a judge. You're supposed to base that on the Constitution, Bill of Rights, laws, stuff like that. Now, as a voter, you don't separate those. When I hear Christians talk about, well, I'm voting for the Democrats because of racism, but I love going to church. Now I'm going, well, how do the Democrats' policies line up with the Bible? Well, they don't. I mean, they support third-term abortion, everything that the Bible is against. But for some reason, they slap that Bible right on in the drawer when it comes down to racism. I'm going to go ahead and sweep all that up under the rug. And they know it, and that's why they always do it. They say, well, we people are faith too. That is why they sent a Hillary Clinton into a church. I don't see nothing, all that stuff. Yeah, I've heard somebody say that I feel no ways. All of that stuff. You think Hillary? I mean, they taught her that scripture probably on the way to the church. All right, Hillary, let's try it again. Remember, they don't pronounce their vowels and syllables correctly. All right. So when you say, I don't feel no ways tired, you can't really say, I don't feel. You have to say, I's don't feels no ways tired. Now let's try it again. See, that's what they do to identify. And the sad part is they do it because it works. Hurts me deep to have to even admit that, but folks just can't see through it. But Tucker does. And so do I, and so do you. Now you're going to have to come back and check out part 6 of Time for Tucker. Take care.